Hello, Libra. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for June. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid, Libra. This could play out at any point in time throughout the month of June. This is for any major Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or North Node. So if this message does not resonate, check your other signs and placements. Keep in mind, energies can be swapped around. I could be speaking to you or to a cross watcher, so keep that in mind. I decided to use the Starseed Oracle deck for the readings this month, along with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and then we will close off with a couple messages from the Crystal Stone deck. So Libra, let's jump right in and see what kind of a message needs to come through for you for the month of June. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I had any reversals in the deck. I normally don't read these in reverse, so we get cracked open and we get surrendered to the sweetness. So there is resistance here to a heart awakening is what it feels like, Libra. And so the Venus energy is coming through. We have Venus in Cancer. So you might want to pay attention to where Cancer falls anywhere in your chart, because that's likely where you need to release resistance to this heart awakening. We got cracked open, and so you could be hitting a rock bottom. And you are asked to surrender to this alchemical process, but there's resistance to this surrendering. And so Venus is naturally ruled by Taurus and Libra. So you might want to pay attention to where your Venus energy is at and where that falls in your housing side, because there is resistance here to this awakening, a higher heart awakening. So you might be bottoming out emotionally in the month of June, Libra, and the resistance will only create more persistence of this energy. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Libra. We're going to get a few more of these messages before jumping in with the tarot. And so, yeah, there is resistance to this heart awakening. Maybe you've been absorbing all kinds of energy that really doesn't belong to you. And so this is about embracing energetic sovereignty. And so you've been longing for home, maybe a place that doesn't even exist here in this reality. But I feel this energy of homesickness. So we'll see what else the cards got for you, Libra. What else does Libra need to be aware of for the month of June? A rock bottoming energy. So this could be a financial bottoming out. This could be an emotional bottoming out. But you're definitely hitting rock bottom. And when we hit rock bottom, Libra, there's nowhere else to go but up. And so, yeah, you're deep within the void, the cosmic womb. And so things are shifting. And when we're in the void, Libra, this is the place of creation. So you are being asked to stop, to slow down, to embrace the void, to embrace the darkness. And this is also the point of creation. So you're in the great cosmic womb is what it feels like. And so, oh, that's too many, Libra. That's too many. We'll see what else needs to come through here. Any other messages for Libra? All right. So self-care. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the great severing. And so Gemini just got this. And so Mars is in Leo. You could be dealing with somebody with a Mars in Leo. You could have your Mars in Leo. But I do feel there's going to be a conflict coming up here in June that's going to trigger a lot of anger to the surface. Maybe you're needing to release some sacred rage, Libra. But there's resistance when it comes to softening to love. And so how can you tend to your own garden, water your own garden? Because self-care is going to be necessary. Mind, body, soul care, tenderness, and rest. Gemini also got this. So you very well could be dealing with a Gemini. This is about letting yourself be seen. Finding your courage to let yourself be seen. And then we got that surrender energy in reverse again with the big picture thinking. And so Palladian energy coming through. I could be talking to a visionary, an inspirational leader, and there's resistance to stepping into this leadership role within the community. And so how can you embrace your Venus energy? Because I do feel a lack of pleasure, a lack of joy. We're here to make love to our life. We're here to dance in the cosmic energies of our life. And so I do feel ascension energy. Maybe you're coming into some new inspired ideas, but there is going to be a severing. There is going to be a great severing when it comes to a connection that is not part of your soul family. And so I do feel you are part of a spiritual family here, and you do have support. Call in that support, Libra. I also feel there is a level of protection around you, but I do feel you've got somebody in and around you that is lacking loyalty. And so how can you see the bigger picture, Libra? Because I do feel there might be some type of tower coming in, because where you've been at, there's been a lack of joy. There's been a lack of pleasure. There's been a lot of arguing. There's been a lot of power struggles. There's been a lot of confliction here. And so the Mars energy is coming in to get you to face these challenges. And so I think things have been a little unclear. Things have been a little foggy. And we've got some retrograde energies coming in this month too. In June, we're going to have Saturn in Pisces going retrograde, and Saturn is the Lord of Karma. We're also going to have Neptune joining Pluto and Saturn in retrograde as well. And so there's going to be a lot of internal transitions going on this month. And so this is about letting yourself be seen. Maybe there's fear of stepping into the spotlight. Yeah, there is definitely a severing going on here. And so you're going through some type of heart activation and likely some type of separation with the Four of Wands in reverse. There's a lack of stability. There's a lack of joy. And this is about getting into the heart. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Libra. What else does Libra need to be aware of? And so you're part of this collective that is going through this awakening. And so how can you maybe call in some more support from your spiritual team, Libra? I do feel a lot of Palladian light force energies in and around you as you go through this processing. And so how can you find your courage and your strength to step into your uniqueness? And that would be Aquarian energy, right, Libra? So we're going to see what's going on here for you with the tarot. What else does Libra need to be aware of? Well, we get the Six of Cups in reversed, anchored down by the Six of Pentacles in reversed, the Five of Pentacles upright. So you're definitely feeling all alone in a connection, or you've been feeling all alone, going through a period of sadness and isolation, maybe healing from some abandonment wounds. There could be some financial struggles here. Look at that, though. We've got some big love. Love is all around you, Libra. The Ace of Cups anchored down by the Two of Pentacles. And so you're needing to get grounded, especially if you've got a lot of Pisces in your chart, Libra. Pay attention to where Pisces is at in your chart. There is a need to get grounded. You are going through a major realignment here. The underlying energy is the Ace of Pentacles in reversed, anchored down by the heart chakra in reverse. Then we get the Hermit, or the seeking energy, anchored down by the throat chakra. So this is about stepping into your truth, speaking your truth. There's a connection here where things are not balanced. There's not reciprocity. There's not equal giving and receiving. And there's not a lot of love here. There's a lot of sadness. There's isolation. There's feeling alone. And this is about self-love. Finding that inner balance and the inner strength to open up your heart and to speak some truth. What do we got on the bottom of the deck? We got the crown chakra. So you're going through some type of spiritual upgrade. You are receiving downloads when it comes to some awareness, some truth. 7. We are in the year of a 7. 2023 breaks down to 7. And so 7 is the number of the mystic. It is also the energy of truth. If you think of all of the 7s in the tarot, we get the 7 of Cups, which is confusion, illusion, disillusionment. We get the 7 of Pentacles, which is about planting those seeds well, addressing where you've been stuck and stagnant, and maybe watering a dead tree, because you've been watering a dead tree here. It's not working. It's definitely not working with the Lovers in reversed. And then we get the Empress in reversed. And so there could be a lack of self-love here, a lack of self-awareness. There's definitely some type of trauma bond going on here, and you need to change your focus. So This is the Five of Cups in reversed. And so you've spent a lot of time grieving. You've spent a lot of time focusing on the negative. And I think it's time to look to the future. It's time to shed the old to bring in the new. You've got all of the tools that you need, Libra. Magic is trying to push through in your life. Magic is trying to come alive. More Virgo, Gemini energy. The Five of Cups, I'm feeling Pisces. And so how can you embrace this lesson? Because I do feel a time of spiritual growth, spiritual enlightenment, advancement, and there's that truth. And so this is about getting honest, peeling the veil back, seeing things clearly. You could be dealing with somebody that is two-faced. You could be dealing with a Gemini that is two-faced, that has really held you back from spreading your wings. So I do feel you're at this pivot point, this divine wide point, needing to make a decision, and you're going to need to listen. Listen only to the heart. Listen only to that internal guidance, more Pisces energy, because there is a lack of balance here in a connection. And so self-love is going to be needed in order to go through this realignment, because there is an ending here. Two people not on the same page. There's not equal giving and receiving, and maybe this has created some financial struggles. But there's a lack of love here. This is a connection rooted in some old childhood beliefs and patterns. And I do feel maybe this connection came in to get you to heal an abandonment wound. And so there's kind of like the Hermit energy there, right? A little bit of Eight of Cups energy. She's walking towards the moon, realizing, hey, I got to overcome all of these challenges and head towards my spiritual path. And I might not know exactly where I'm going right now because it's a little bit dark. But this is about healing your heart. And I do feel there's maybe been fear of going into the depths of this heartbreak, and self-love is going to be required. And so I do feel there's blocks to abundance. There's a bond here that, you know, is rooted in materialism, and there's a lack of following the heart. And so this could be a huge heart chakra awakening. And so you are being asked to seek your truth and speak your truth. And so you might be going within trying to understand a major lesson here. I actually feel sick to my stomach right now. And so maybe this is a very difficult decision, but I do feel you've been shown the pathway. And maybe it's you that's lacking love in your life. The Empress in reverse does not know her worth and her value. And so we get into these situations when we don't know our worth and our value, and we go into these trauma bonds and we become stuck, we become stagnant, and we call this love when actually it really isn't love at all. And so I do feel a severing. I actually feel very, very nauseous right now. So let's clarify the feeling alone and the sadness and isolation. So we do get the Eight of Wands in reversed. We get the Wheel of Fortune in reversed. And we get the observing energy in reversed. And so you're being asked to pull back, take a step back, and to observe this situation. There's a lack of success. There's a lack of belief. And there is stuckness. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there's a lack of flow. And so basically you're keeping your own foot stuck in the wheel, creating your own challenges and delays because you need to leave a lack mentality behind. I also feel there's a need to block somebody that's blocking you from moving forward. And so maybe you haven't quite seen the bigger picture yet, but this is about getting to the core wound of a situation. This is about resting and reconsidering this allegiance, because I do feel you've been stuck for a while. And I do feel maybe because there's some deep past life roots in this connection, but things are stuck, things are stagnant. And I think you've been waiting for things to change, and things are not changing. And so there could be some type of Kundalini activation, which is going to bring in an unavoidable change. That's the Tower reversed. And so this kind of has to crumble to the ground because it wasn't based out of the heart. It was based on lustful temptations. And so let's take a look at the throat chakra, because there's something here that you need to speak up about. And thank goodness that that nausea has passed. And so, we get a couple of swords out. We get the 8 and the 9 of swords. And so there's a throat chakra block here where you've been feeling helpless and hopeless. And I do feel this is about facing your darkest, deepest fears. When we get to the 8 and the 9, we're breaking free from an old mindset. You are breaking free from an old mindset here. And I do think this is really, really scary to maybe consider going your own way, but that's where the rewards will come, a well-deserved reward. And so this is about healing a codependency issue, I feel. This is about stepping into your self-worth and your self-value and taking charge of a situation, harnessing your spiritual strength. You could be dealing with somebody that drains your energy with the solar plexus. This is about harnessing your inner strength to release a situation where I feel you've only been focused on the negative. Or maybe you've been needing to maybe forgive yourself for a poor decision here. But I do feel a breaking free from an entrapped situation, breaking free from this never-ending onslaught of the fears of the mind. And you're ready to shed the old to bring in the new. And so you're closing out a major cycle here. A major cycle of lack. I do feel there's been resistance to this growth process, but you're seeking that truth. And I do feel there's going to be a revelation when it comes to maybe some lying, some stealing, some cheating. You're definitely dealing with somebody two-faced here. And I think you're about to see this in that higher perspective. And so let's take a look at the Hermit, because this is what you're going within to bring awareness to. Ooh, healing. There's a lack of wish fulfillment here, the Star, Aquarian energy. And so this is about breaking the chains. Absolutely. So there's a lack of wish fulfillment here. There's definitely a power struggle going on with the Five of Wands, and I feel you're tired of needing to defend yourself. And so how can you release a melodramatic situation? Because healing cannot begin until you go within and learn this lesson. And so there's self-deception here. There's a lack of trust. There's a lack of having faith. There's a new beginning trying to come in, but you got to have the trust to take that leap of faith. So what is it that you need to detach from? Because there's a partnership here where you're no longer on the same page. There's a lack of love. There's a lack of unity. The Two of Cups reversed. There's no coming together in this situation. And so it's kind of time to get in the driver's seat and to go in a new direction, Cancer. So maybe by Cancer season, you'll be moving on from a situation, because I think you've been stuck for a while in a state of boredom, depression, suppression. And I think it's time to maybe reach out. Maybe you need to reach out for some assistance. It's time to open up, because you can't keep holding on to something that lacks joy and stability. And so there's this gripping. And so the tighter we grip, the harder the fall. And so there is something that needs to leave your life. There is definitely something or someone that needs to leave your life that you've been stuck on for a while. So let's see what else needs to come through for you with the Crystal Stone deck. You definitely could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, more Gemini, more Cancer. But there is a need to protect your light, and you gotta escape your mind. So stop overthinking. I do think you need a vacation from your thoughts. Libra is an air sign, and it's all about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what if, maybe that way. And so I do feel you've got a big mountain to face. You've got some challenges to face. You're going to have to climb upward and face these challenges as part of your evolution journey. And you need to get out of your head. And so you could have some Lemurian origins, but maybe it's time to work more with some crystals in order to reorient you. But I do feel a zap of healing is coming in the month of June, Libra. Maybe you've been dealing with a wizard or a witch of some sort that it might have felt like they cast a spell on you to keep you entrapped in a situation. It feels like this Groundhog Day energy, but I do feel you need to protect yourself, because you could be dealing with somebody that will negatively affect your reputation. There is a need to establish some boundaries here. Boundaries, maybe with everybody that you're connected with at this point in time, because there's a new doorway opening. But there is a need to address an emotional vampire that keeps draining your life force energy. And so I do feel you've been hearing this call for a while, and it's really time to figure out who this life force sucking energy is around you, whether it's a coworker, a family member, or just some type of malignant demon. But I do feel it could be a love partnership here. And so they keep taking more, way more than they're giving back to you. So how can you restore yourself back into your perfect light? I do feel the energies in June are going to amplify the clarity that you've been seeking. And this might be the best thing that could happen. I do feel a big heart-to-heart discussion when it comes to a negative scenario here. And you're likely going through some type of psycho-spiritual scrub. And so it's kind of time to shed light on these negative vices. Either you're playing the victim or you're dealing with a victim. You're dealing with some type of energy vampire in your life, Libra. And so once you have that clear view, then you know where you're going next. And so I do feel you're kicking somebody back to the gutter, exactly where they belong, in order to restore your light, because they've been blocking your visions. It's like you've got this hound dog on you. And so the energies are going to get intense here. Because I do feel this person keeps you trapped, believing all of these limitations that they've kind of put fear into your mind. And so how can you break through this illusion? Because you are being called. And I feel this is like right in front of your face. You're not going to be able to avoid this anymore. And so this is about clearing your mind of self-doubt, self-sabotage, and you are going to need to surrender to the will of the universe. And that's kind of what I got for you, Libra. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I do encourage you to check out the description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.